Hello, my name is Dr. Jonathan Oates, Archivist for London Borough of Ealing, and this is another in our series of local history talks, which is shot in Acton. We are now standing outside a house called Acacia, which is at the end of Centre Avenue, just south of Acton Park. This house was built at the end of the 19th century, and originally the Goldsmiths Company, who owned all this land, which eventually did become Acton Park, were thinking of having it laid out in a series of avenues and roads of detached and semi-detached housing. Now this did not happen because the land was sold to the council to become Acton Park, but the house behind, Acacia, between 1962 and 1967 was home to two very famous film stars, one of them perhaps one of Scotland's most famous film stars of all time. I am of course referring to Sean Connery, famous for being James Bond in the 1960s and also in 1971, 1983, and doing lots more films besides, and his first wife, Diana Cliento, who was an English actress who was in various films including Tom Jones and many more. The film stars bought the house in 1962 for £9,000 and they lived here for 5 years. Sean Connery was interviewed by the local newspaper and he said that he enjoyed living in Acton, he enjoyed the high wall so he could rest and relax in peace and be himself with his family, including his young son Jason. He was asked also if he was anything at all like James Bond, and Sean Connery said, well, I do like to gamble occasionally, but that's it. He also drove a Jensen motor car, and someone once saw him and said, isn't that James Bond? Sean Connery, in one of his James Bond films, used a dagger which had been produced by the Acton company Wilkinson's. But it wasn't all roses in Acton for Sean Connery, because on 2 occasions when he was filming in Jamaica for the Bond film, his house was burgled, and on another occasion a bomb was found in his garden wall. This turned out to be an unexploded bomb left over from the German bombing during World War II, so of course it had to be defused and deactivated. Eventually Sean Connery and his wife left in 1967. They sold the house for £13,000 to use as a spiritualist healing centre, and the family moved to a new house in Wimbledon. Sean Connery of course was knighted and died in 2020, one of the most famous residents ever of Acton. Please remember to like and subscribe to this video. Thank you.